mean, you can tweak this to make it make more sense towards your situation. But if you're a person who's from a different country and you're dating someone that's black, and your parents or mother, your dad, both your parents, whoever is not accepting to them, you got to think about two things. All right. Hello, world. My name is Tristan.
My name is Kimmy.
And you're now listening to Join
the Conversation Podcast.
Welcome back to another episode of Join the Conversation Podcast. We are your hosts. My name is Tristan.
My name is Kimmy.
And before we jump into this week's topic, here's a quick recap from the last episode.
What society being based off of so strong off religion, that makes it why man need to be the breadwinner for it. And second reason why society thinks that man need to be the breadwinner is people lack self-responsibility. So a lot of women today, they don't want to accept their responsibilities that, they messed up at a young age, they messed up somewhere in life, so now they feel as if, the man need to take the responsibility.
So for this episode, man, we decided to get a little bit more personal, to allow y'all, since this is our first one with a visual concept, allow y'all to kind of get to know us a little better personally, and as well as hopefully be able to have this conversation to help other people who are in this situation and just have this conversation on it. So this episode is dedicated to interracial dating. So if you don't know and you can't see, and you're probably watching YouTube right now, you probably switching over, let me go to YouTube so I can see who's talking. Yeah, I'm black. Yes, I'm black. I'm African American. Probably some other stuff that I just don't know because I don't know my family history like that. And she's Asian. She's Filipino, Chinese, Spaniard.
No.
And
you can't do that.
I'm sorry. You mad? You mad? But anyway, she don't like to express that she's part Chinese, but it's okay. It's okay. What's wrong with that? What is wrong with that? I'm probably a whole bunch of stuff that I don't even know, and I would be absolutely proud to be a mutt. I still love you. All right. Anyway, so man, like I said, we're talking about interracial dating. If you don't know, I'm black. She's Asian. And whoop. And this topic came from. My mouth is absolutely dry. I need water bad. But this topic came from a prior podcast episode that we did with Morningstar Radio, with Mr. Shabazz Morningstar. Put his link in the description to the video to his podcast, so you can listen in, check him out. A lot of good information there as well. Positive guy. So. He kind of asked us the question of how do we define interracial dating, and we both kind of agreed on the definition of it, which is plain and simple, is that just dating outside your own race. And a lot of people kind of get the mixed up of thinking, at least I can speak for my black people, we kind of get mixed up with thinking that interracial dating, I love you. I'm just playing. But interracial dating is, my mouth is dry. I'm sorry. Interracial dating is just black and white, and it's really not. It's just dating outside of your race. Simple as that, right? So you could be black, Asian, white, Hispanic, Indian, whatever other races out there. It's just simply dating outside of your race. So, like I said, we're trying to allow y'all to get an opportunity to know us a little bit better. Not too deeply, but know us a little bit better. And we're just gonna discuss our personal experience with dating outside of our race, and some more stuff. So my question for you is, let's start with this. When you decided, let me think. All right, so a lot of the issues is somebody out there that's struggling with their parents. They dating somebody outside of their race, but maybe the parent doesn't agree with that. So how, did you and your relationship with your parents, how did that, worked out? If that makes sense.
I kind of just jumped into it and, introduced him. He's not the first black guy I've been with. And my ex was black too. But we met at a church event, so that was kind of a bonus already, and he was very respectful and all that. So my dad, he was cool with it because he was raised around a diverse, pot of people.
That's his stepdad.
Yeah, he's my stepdad. He's not my biological dad, but I call him my dad. I look at him as my dad.
Nothing wrong with it.
But what's it called? But my mom was a little bit more different because my mom's kind of stuck in her ways. She was born in the Philippines, so was I, but she wasn't really raised in a very diverse area, I guess you could say. She worked in a diverse area though when she, got her job and when she got older and stuff like that. But for me at least, I wasn't really introduced into a bunch of different races. I guess black people until it was Texas, when we moved to Texas. In Hawaii, there wasn't a lot, so it wasn't really around black people that much. But Texas was a completely different, area where it was mostly black people. And I kind of I started hanging out with more black people than I used to, and she was, I don't know if it's a culture shock, but it was a different type of shock.
Do that.
But and then my junior year of high school, I got into a relationship with my ex, and he took it very well. He wasn't rude about it. He didn't make jokes about it. He was just, he was understanding, and he just stood his ground and remained respectful. And he basically showed them that he was worth it. He showed them that, hey, I am very well capable of taking care of your daughter. He basically showed his worth to make it seem like my skin color doesn't matter. I'm, way more than what you think I am, basically, is what he showed. Because he was very close to my parents. He was close to my whole family. He still talks to my little sisters and them. So it's just, stuff like that. So if you look at their relationship now to how it was in the beginning of he and I's relationship, mine and his relationship, there you go.
I'm gonna go correct y'all. Thinking like
mine and his relationship is different now because obviously we're not together anymore, but yet they're all still really close for some reason. So you could tell he made an impact in their lives, and that obviously my mom's not the same anymore. She doesn't look at him a certain way anymore because I don't know what the relationship is because, I don't really talk to him anymore. But it's just to see that change happen. And it was very gradual. It wasn't instant to where, okay, I like him. No. He really, really, really fought for his place. And so did I. I fought for him multiple times because we couldn't even really, he couldn't come to the house. And we couldn't, go and hang out. It was very strict. It was really hard. So, but then my dad was really a big help in the process of her just accepting, hey, Kimberly doesn't look at all that extra stuff. She doesn't look at the skin color. She likes this man, and, because of how he is and who he is. Stuff like that. Basically, he just really opened her up, and he opened her perspective in things, pretty much. So I guess if you're in my situation, just don't give up. And if you don't have that type of support like I did with my dad, both of y'all just don't give up, pretty much, because eventually people will change, hopefully, to the point where they become more accepting and things. And if they don't become accepting, let them deal with themselves.
Yeah, pretty much.
I guess, I don't know if you've really dated outside of your race like that.
Well, I'll get to that. But I was going to not piggyback, but acknowledge two things that you said. And then also, I don't know if y'all can hear this noise.
I'm sorry.
I don't know if y'all hear this noise, but it's my dog snoring in the background. He's in my room asleep. I don't know if y'all can hear that, but it was tripping me out. But
I'm trying to listen now.
but for someone who's relating to what she just said, whether you're an Asian person, Filipino person, whatever outside the race, and you're dealing with this situation, I want to acknowledge something of where you said about the culture shock with your mom. Or else this is kind of directed to anybody who's not from America. So, and just if for those who don't know, haven't seen the first episode, I'm a psychology major. I'm currently in my master's program studying for mental health counseling. So, I've been studying the mind a lot, reading books. I've completely changed for who I'm getting old. I'm reading books now. So if you knew me prior, you understand that. But, and just being a people person to understand people and the way they think. So culture shock is a real thing. And for a situation to where, you can tweak this to make it make more sense towards your situation. But if you're a person who's from a different country and you're dating someone that's black, and your parents or mother, your dad, both your parents, whoever's not accepting to them, you got to think about two things. All right. So for one, you got to think when you came here, right? Think about the first time you came here and you saw the news, or you got introduced to social media, right? I don't know if social media is like that in other countries. I'm assuming so, but you got introduced to social media and stuff like that, especially and if you scroll through, right, you mostly see something of a black person, right? Whether it's they kind of paint the picture of us as black people being violent, or all y'all understand what I'm saying. So for your parent, them coming here and seeing that, they may take alarm. They're like, they might get sucked into that realm of believing
everyone's like that.
Yeah, believing every black person is like that based off of social media and what's being pushed into their brains and stuff, right?
Okay.
So that's one thing. And then the other thing is that, I don't know about another country because I've never been outside of the U.S. I've never been outside of the U.S. So, ain't no telling how in these other countries. I don't know. You can probably say for the Philippines, but
I wasn't old enough to really understand and see all that stuff.
Okay,
though.
But I don't know if in other countries, like if they, like imagine how it is in America and how they portray black people. I don't know how it is in these other countries. They might be 10 times worse. They might, the littlest things that's being shared here, they might take and push it there, so
I agree.
A person coming from another country, like coming from the Philippines to America, and you finally lay your eyes on a black person, and you're like, oh my God, what, you shaking in your oh, I had a joke. I wasn't gonna say it because they go, I'm sorry. Can I say it? Honestly, I'm not racist. I love my Asian people. I love everybody. But y'all shaking in your dog made boots. That ain't funny.
That doesn't make sense.
Your dog made boots.
I don't.
Because y'all eat dogs. Asian people eat dogs. All right. Anyway, but I'm sorry. But yeah, you shake. You just alarm. You're scared. So that could be a part of it too. I don't know. That's just something to think about to relax your mind on. And then jumping into my side of things, and I just thought about this when you were saying that, and I forgot. My experience dating outside of my race, I've dated someone who was white, but I just remembered her dad was Cuban. He probably could have killed me, low key. That was back in the day, and I was young, but and I dated, and just you're the only Asian. That's the only two people I did outside of my race. But thinking about what you just said, and it just hit me. I was in like 7th, 8th grade at that time. So, I guess you could call that puppy love. It ain't real. It can be real, but it ain't real. I ain't gonna say it wasn't real, but just in case you're watching this, I appreciate, they did a lot for me. But so her dad, okay. not gonna say no names, of course, but originally her grandma didn't accept me at all. She didn't like me. I guess I can say she didn't like me, even though she was my teacher. She ended up to be my teacher. She ain't really.
Ooh, that's weird.
The moment she found out that we had something going on, she ain't like, it changed, right? And her dad, I'm not gonna say he didn't like me, but I can say he was being a dad, because I think he was accepting me, but as a dad, you got to give the guy a hard time because it's your little girl. Especially me being older now. I was around that was 7th, 8th grade, so I was like 12. I had my first.
My, you was young.
Was I 12? 7th grade? I hope my math is right, but
hang on. My first boyfriend was 6th grade. His mom still talks to me.
That's weird.
Sometimes.
That's very weird.
No, she doesn't talk to me like have a conversation, but like she'd comment on my posts and stuff like that.
That's weird. That's a lot weird. But like I had my brother.
Get that out.
I was raised up with all boys, and the first female that came into the family was my niece, and when I was turning 12. So just coming from a family with all boys, rough around the edges with women. Besides your mom, and I ain't really hang with female cousins like that. My family's different places, but looking back now as an adult, looking back on that, I think that from his standpoint, and her grandma as well, because she ended up becoming acceptable. She ended up accepting me, and loved me, whatever, did a lot for me too. But I think it's just that she, I think it was just a protective thing. Maybe I don't know. At first, it really, looking, at that time, looking back on it, it was kind of like, dang, y'all don't even know me. Yeah, y'all judging me, and y'all don't even know me, know. But they ended up, maybe it was that they had that bias, me being black, being fed from the media, whatever. But once they got to know me and understand that I wasn't like that and different or whatever, is when she ended up accepting me. And I guess her dad, I didn't have a really super duper close relationship with her dad, but I used to talk to him and stuff.
Yeah.
He'll speak to me and we have a conversation. But her mom always, loved me and accepted me, same for her granddad. But I just thought about that as you were speaking on that. So we've both been on that end of the shoe, but at the same time, that's just a thing too. Like, you got to think of it from a mindset of, it could be that they're just, I know that of course it might just flat out be that your parent might be a little racist, okay, but you just got to think as well, like, they might give you a hard time because they want to make sure you're right for that person. The same way, a father's going to protect the daughter, the same way, for a guy standpoint, his mother might protect him, or whatever. I don't know what the case is, but like I said, there could be some race things playing part too. But
I feel like if there is a race part, racism part happening, you're able to tell. I
mean, yeah, I feel like you'll be able to tell. You as the person in the relationship, you'll definitely know for whether it's a race thing. But as the person, it'll be kind of like, okay, maybe is it not? You're gonna be juggling that.
Yeah.
And with my parents, because you kind of spoke on your parents, my mom was accepting. My dad was too. Don't get me wrong, he really was. He just made some jokes, and he would throw some things out there.
Your dad's normally jokey though.
Yeah, but being black, let's be real. My people, we've been through a lot in history. My ancestors, whatever. So, and my people are old. They in their 60s. My dad's in his 60s now. Yep, they both in their 60s. So ain't no telling what they experienced, during that time growing up. So of course there might be some bias and a little bit of racism in there, because as black people we don't think we could be racist, but
that's a whole different
topic. But he would just say some things, but at the end of the day he was acceptable, of who I was dating, because they love your little Asian self to death, pretty much. But
you hear that?
But that was back in the day, though. As you get older, and then sometimes it don't hit you until you hit a certain age to where you wisen up and you realize the stupid stuff. You look at life different.
He was a fool. He still is a little.
Who?
You
I ain't no
little
fool.
buffoon.
You know what I'm saying? Oh, it's been good. But yeah, so if you're somebody experiencing that, man, you gotta look at it. You gotta relax yourself and relax your mind and just look at it as outlets of those different ways. You know what I'm saying? But
Try to basically try to maybe put yourself in your parents' position in a way, and just thinking, how would I feel if my kid was this? But granted, I really don't know actually, because I feel like that's just a mindset
well,
of like looking at color and stuff. It's not really like to say your parents against it because they're not the same race as you or whatever.
it could be a lot of things that play a part in that.
It's just a lot, and everybody has a situation where it's different. Not everybody is exactly the same, and I'm not saying what I did will work for you and what happened to me will work for you and all that stuff.
Given our situations.
Yeah.
But ultimately though, man, you just gotta love who you love and not care. So if your parents, maybe your parents is that they are, racist a little, whatever.
You'll know.
And at the same time, at the end of the day, if this person treats you good what happened?
Oh.
Storage space fill.
Is that what it says?
Yep. Storage is full.
Did you delete the other
Nope,
video?
I sure enough didn't because you said you had. I had space.
I told you to delete it.
Anyway, we keep rolling. The camera cut off of all my visual listeners. We're just gonna put the picture up there. Sorry, cut off. But back to what we were saying, because I'm not doing all that editing. You did. So, I lost train of thought a little bit, but basically, like if it is a situation where it's that at the end of the day, like, I know I was at. Love who you love. If that person treats you right, they support you, they feed you not only mentally but spiritually and physically,
all types of ways.
in all type of ways, then why give that up? All because of what people say or your parents say. And we're not just trying to paint this around just the parents. You got to look at it too from people, because people can break your relationship up too. Social media can break your relationship up too. Another thing, I don't even know if I really want to talk about this because it's stupid. It's ignorant. You just gotta ignore it. But to talk to my black people real quick, we need to stop the whole ignorant mindset of judging and bashing each other of who we date. So I'm gonna say this. I've seen it more from my black women, at least from social media. Not saying all, go ahead and say this now because it's gonna be somebody gonna be butthurt. I'm not saying all are like this. I'm not. So, but there are a few who, once they see a black guy dating outside of their race, they get the bashing, they get the talking crazy, whoop the whoop. You know what I'm saying? For what reason, I don't know. Maybe they used to date Tyrone. And their relationship.
Why that gotta be their name?
I don't know. They used to date Tyrone. The relationship fell apart. Tyrone went to somebody outside of the race, and they seemed to be beautifully happy together. Maybe y'all just didn't work because y'all just didn't work. Y'all wasn't meant to be together. You just can't. So I don't know, man. It's just, I ain't even want to speak on it because it's stupid and it doesn't make sense because. Love who you love. So, and the same thing with my black guy, my fellas out there. I ain't gonna leave y'all out because I want the ladies to come at me and hit me in the head with a frying pan. Same way with us. A lot of times we can do the exact same thing. I haven't really seen it, but I'm sure there's some ignorance out there of a guy that's out there just doing that too. Like, or why she dating this dude, this or that, or whatever. Mm-hmm. But on the same end, back to my ladies, and I'm sorry, ladies, but y'all gotta understand, I'm a guy, so I'm a guy. So also, with y'all, and I noticed this too. For some, I'm gonna say that again. Some of y'all will bash a guy, right, dating outside the race, but when y'all see a female outside of her race, y'all praising it, and it's cause Marcus ain't do it right, or why you hating on this beautiful lady? She could date who she want. That's you being a hypocrite at that point.
Yeah.
No, just don't say anything at all. If you see our relationship, just let it be. Just let it be beautiful. Just let it grow, flourish, whatever. You know what I'm saying? Stop making this a whole race thing, man. Please, please, for the love of goodness, stop it. I just wanted to say that real quick, y'all. I ain't want to dwell on that too long, but I'm trying to think what else could somebody be out there struggling with that we could probably give our experience and some advice on it. Besides ultimately, like I said, not caring, do you love who you love at the end of the day.
I mean, you can also think about it as like, I don't know, there's just a lot of aspects that plays a part into being in a relationship, especially if you're, like we said, dating outside of your race. It's a little bit more difficult if you think about it, because you are introducing somebody into your culture. And that's another thing. They're not used to being in that type of environment, because each culture has its own environment, and you just have to slowly introduce that to them, if that makes any sense at all.
It do, because it could be a culture shock. It's me being black, I ain't really explored your culture like that. A little bit I have, learning some words, dollar wah, you know what I'm saying? I know my words now. I've been speaking, I'm at Tagalog. But Tagalog, ain't it?
Tagalog?
Whatever. Y'all put too much rolls and stuff on it. I ain't got time. But I don't know, but people are different. I don't mind engaging in different cultures. I like, I like
learning
to learn
new things.
Yeah, I like learning new things, but so I don't know. I don't even know how this could be an issue. If you're dating outside your race, you should understand that it's going to be something culturally different that's going on there. So,
and if you're dating outside of your race, you should already know that it's gonna, it's gonna be a little bit of a battle.
Yeah, I can't. Something I did think about though, it is a 50-50 thing. So, like for us, she's exposed more to my culture than I am to her, but I'm open to be more exposed. We're supposed to go to this Filipino restaurant. I'm a little scared, but I'm game. She knows what I eat and what I don't eat, so hopefully she don't give me something that I don't want, or or I'm gonna have to set the place on, blow, But it needs to be a 50-50 thing. So if you're a person that's in an interracial relationship, because I just thought about that, and you have that person more invested in your culture and you're not giving that same percentage back, that could be harmful to the relationship, because it's y'all understand, right? Y'all should understand. I don't have to go into details with that, I don't think, but just let that be 50-50. Like, don't be afraid to engage in each other's culture, because you might learn, like, you might have a stereotype in your mind about something, and engaging in that person's culture might completely annihilate that stereotype and that thought that you have. So
I get what you're saying.
Yeah.
Basically, be open into knowing more about your significant other's culture, and not just expect them to, I don't know how you would say, to just accommodate to yours, and then you not at all even try to get to know their culture. Does that make sense?
It do. What else? We're about to be 30 minutes in. This episode ain't supposed to be long.
No, it's not.
We started a new visual concept, even though it just cut off on us because I did not delete the thing. But she told me that I got space. I
told you to delete it.
But you said you had space, so I was like, nah, I'm going to just leave it. So right now we just got the picture up there for those people who was watching. Sorry, I'm so sorry. But we'll get it right the next time. I think that's just about everything. If y'all got a question though, leave it in the comment, or if you want it to be private, you can message us through Gmail. That's in the description. Instagram, Facebook, but preferably Instagram, because I check that or be on that Instagram a little bit more than Facebook page wise, because you can just do the little click over, which is easier. But I do check the email because it's connected to my phone, so I'll see it. But however you want to do it, man, you got any questions, some, maybe it's something that we didn't hit, we didn't talk about, most definitely be comfortable to ask that question. This is a no judgment zone. It's, we're just trying to learn, grow with each other, love each other, whatever. You know what I'm saying? Y'all dig what I'm saying, man. I don't know what I'm saying, but you know what I'm saying. So, 30 minutes something in. I don't know what else to say. You got anything else you want to say that we forgot? Maybe you want to add? I don't know.
Not really.
Like I said prior, new visual concept. Hope y'all enjoy it. Be on YouTube. Check out Morning Star Radio. Link will be in the description. If you want, you can follow us at our personal Instagrams. You can message us on there, I guess, on there too. And on our personal, you probably can see a little bit more of the other stuff that we got and we're working on and doing.
Yeah.
We got some great ideas for videos to come that's more educational, more beneficial to helping people with too. But, when you're starting up a new business, you don't really have to, and you're not a popular one. Put quotation marks around that. You don't really have support, so you got to kind of grind it together, put it together. But we got some great ideas to some educational stuff, some more topics, to things that's going to probably strike a lot of people who probably going to be internet warriors, not realizing that we said opinion. It's based off opinion. It's supposed to be a safe zone to talk about.
I don't know how many times we have to say that.
Of course, we go throw out some factual stuff. We get in debate on that, but just be respectful, and you know what I'm saying. But y'all dig what I'm saying. Y'all should be old enough to understand what I'm saying without me saying all the things that I'm saying. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, we just got a lot of stuff we're working on, a lot of things coming. Whoop, trying to make a change in the world, that we live in. This whole lot. I ain't want to give away all the recipe to the Kool-Aid, but if you could sip,
to the what?
Taste it, dig what I'm mixing up. Do you understand what I'm saying? You feel me? So, with that being said, this pretty much concludes this episode of Join the Conversation podcast. It's a little different. We haven't did an episode together with just me and her in a minute, so it was a little rusty. We recorded prior, and it turned out trash, but I feel like this turned out way better.
Way better. There's a little bit better flow.
Yeah, because that one was all over the place. I got sidetracked again, but to close it back out. Thank you for tuning in. We got more on the way. Yada yada yada. Like I said before, in many episodes before, we are your hosts. My name is Tristan.
My name is Kimmy.
We'll catch you on the next episode of Join the Conversation podcast. For all my mouth dry Filipino people. Opo.